Yo, 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 it's your boy WHEATY TV, back at it again. So before we get into this, go ahead, you already know, subscribe to the channel, turn your notifications on, go ahead, drop a like, leave a comment, all that good shit. And go ahead and follow me on Twitter at WHEATY TV or on IG at WHEATY TV. And if you follow me from this video or any of my other videos, tweet at me, DM me, let me know, and I'll follow you back because I'm trying to build up the WHEATY TV community. So, with all of that being said, today we are going to dive into the new Brockhampton album, Roadrunner. New light, new machine. A little bit on my history with Brockhampton. Back in the Saturation trilogy days, I enjoyed Brockhampton, but Ameer was my favorite member of the group. So then after Ameer was kicked out or left the group or whatever, I listened to Iridescence, but it really wasn't my cup of tea, so I kind of checked out on Brockhampton since then. But they had some intriguing features on this album, on this track list, so I figured I'd check it out. And hopefully they can get back to some of the music that I enjoyed from them. But also, a little backstory is my Twitter account got boosted by Kevin Abstract whenever I first made it. So I used to have a Twitter account, Hip Hop on the Reg. I had about 10K followers. I built it up from 2015 to 2017. And I got hit with the copyright shit and my account got suspended. So then I was off Twitter, off hip hop Twitter for a little while. I'll say for about 8 months, and then I decided I was gonna come back because I used to always do a tournament bracket thing in March. So I put Brockhampton. This was when I first discovered Brockhampton. So I put Brockhampton as a group in the tournament as a 16 seed, and the Brockhampton fans went crazy. They boosted my account, and Brockhampton defeated Drake in the first round, 16-1. And then they ended up going all the way to the championship, but they lost to Kendrick Lamar in the championship. But Kevin Abstract would retweet all my shit, and that's what boosted my account. But I'm not even a huge Brockhampton fan like that. Like, I had them as the 16 seed, and they boosted my account. So then I had a bunch of Brockhampton fans follow me, and then me and Brockhampton fans don't necessarily see eye to eye on everything, and it was a big clash. But that's how my Twitter account, my current one, got started. And then I converted it to my personal account, but it is what it is. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. Brockhampton, Roadrunner, track 1, Buzz Cut featuring Danny Brown. Okay, I like that Danny Brown verse. It was very reminiscent of that old Danny Brown, that Triple X Danny Brown. I like him back on that kind of wave. Okay, so that's a high note to start the album off with. The Danny Brown verse was crazy. I mean, okay, it wasn't too crazy, but it was fire. My favorite, the production, this was just very well produced. Whoever the engineer was chopped it, did all the special effects, all the crazy shit you're supposed to do. So I enjoyed that as a good way to start the album. That's the best Brockhampton song I've heard in a while. Track 2, Chain On featuring JPEG Mafia. So I see people posting about JPEG Mafia all the time. It's like, I've only heard him on Danny Brown's album and on Denzel Curry's album. I never really checked out his solo shit. I heard like Puff Daddy. So he's been alright, but I don't know if he's as good as I see people make him out to be, but hopefully he comes through on this shit. Okay, so Chain On, I definitely like Brockhampton more on the rap tip type shit. Dom definitely out-rap JPEG Mafia on this track. I enjoyed the production. Overall, it was pretty cool. These 2 songs in are sounding better than the last 2 albums I heard from Brockhampton. And I think Dom is definitely the best rapper in the group now that Ameer is no longer there. So I'm hoping to hear more from him moving forward. Track 3, Count on Me. Okay, hold up. That is definitely ASAP Rocky rapping right now. 100%. It doesn't have him featured on it. Okay, maybe he's featured on 2 songs. It didn't say featuring ASAP Rocky though. It said the next song. Okay, so Count on Me. I enjoyed the ASAP Rocky verse. I didn't much enjoy the hook. It was more on their boy band shit, pop type hook. But one thing, Matt Champion, he got some flow for a white boy. You know what I'm saying? He might be my third, well maybe second or third favorite Brockhampton member. So I see what you're doing out there, Matt. We'll keep it moving. Track 4, Bankroll, featuring ASAP Rocky and ASAP Ferg. They pulled off 2 ASAP Rocky features. It's a good move. This album was going on such a good note, and then Merlyn just want to come in and fuck shit up. I was about to say, I was like, oh my god, we're doing so good. 4 songs in, we haven't heard Merlyn yet, and he want to come in and kill the vibe. Okay, so Bankroll, it started out good with the Ferg verse up and through the hook, and then after Merlyn came in, it was all pretty much downhill from there. So it was like we're going up, and then it was like, dropped off pretty quickly. So I'm not really feeling that track, to be honest. I think that's probably the worst song I heard so far, which is unfortunate because I was looking forward to that song with those features. But we'll keep it moving. So track 5, The Light.
Every headline is a reminder that the world's fucked.
Well, you're not wrong.
So I'm just trying to see the light.
I feel that.
In between the clouds.
I feel that message. The world's fucked up, but we trying to see the light. You should always look for the bright side in a situation. You should always try to find the light. You know, everything happens for a reason. What is meant to be will be, people, no matter what. I promise. If it was meant to be, it will be. So, always try to find the light, make the best out of it, put your best foot forward, and keep it rocking, keep moving forward, because we reborn. Okay, so, you know, I was rocking with the message at the beginning of the song, but once we got into the actual music, the verses, they didn't do much for me. The production was kind of, it came in with the rock guitar. I don't know if it was a sample or if it was actual them playing, but it wasn't hitting like they thought it was in a booth when they did that. So we'll go on to track 6, Windows, featuring So Gone, So Flexy. I've never heard of So Gone, So Flexy. So first listen. Hold up, Merlyn just came in here with some sauce. Merlyn is out his body right now. Ooh. I'm not gonna lie. That was the best Merlyn verse I ever heard in any Brockhampton album song ever. So I know I was just hating on Merlyn on the last track, but I'm gonna give him some props on this one because he just came in and sauced that up a little bit. He had the flow, he sounded nice, he was talking that shit. So salute to Merlyn on that one. Go Merlyn. Hold up, this is a smooth ass beat switch up. Okay, so this is a pretty grimy track from Brockhampton. I think Merlyn, he showed up. He had the best verse. I'm gonna give it to him. And I mean, Joba went off a little bit. So Gone So Flexy went off on the intro. One thing I'm noticing is that this album is very well produced and engineered. So I was looking at the credits, and Ali from TDE, mixed by Ali, he was the mixing engineer on this entire album. So that's one way to get some fire shit. Just link up with the top dogs, you feel me? So we'll keep it moving. Track 7, I'll Take You On, featuring the legend Charlie Wilson. Oh. Here we go with this Backstreet Boys ass shit. Bro. Okay, I'm 3 minutes and 30 seconds into this 4-minute song, and I've yet to hear Charlie Wilson once. There he is. I would have utilized the Charlie Wilson feature a little bit more than having him at the very end. Other than that, this was more of the boy band Backstreet Boys ass shit that Brockhampton makes that is what turned me off from them. So, not my cup of tea. Track 8, Old News, featuring Baird. I hope I said that right. Baird or Baird. This is like a different genre. This is like not even hip hop type shit. So I wasn't really rocking with it, but I will say that Joba was getting pretty groovy on that little outro verse he had. So that would be my one takeaway from that song that I enjoyed. But as a whole, it was just So track 9, What's the Occasion? What's the occasion? I know this is a sample, but it's slipping my mind on what it is, but I know I've heard these chords before. Yeah, I'm not, nothing really to say on What's the Occasion. The sample was the most intriguing thing to me, and I couldn't even figure out what it was, so that's how I feel about that track. Nothing sonically pleasing. No soothing bars, no hard bars, no soothing melodies. Just some whiny, what's the occasion? And some distorted lyrics, some distorted vocals, distorted beat, whatever. Track 10, When I Ball. Okay, so side note, I noticed like on the camera the colors have changed a little bit. I don't understand why, and it's done this in the last couple videos whenever I had to switch a battery out because of my camera overheating. So if you got any tips, let me know in the comments on what that is, how I can fix it, because I need the continuity to be smooth, you feel me? I want it to be smooth, I want it to be the same. And like, I don't know if it has to do with the batteries or what, but because I have 2 different type of batteries, so maybe that's it. I don't think that would be it, because it didn't always do this, but that's just something that has caught my eye sitting here looking at myself shooting this video. The production on When I Ball was pretty smooth. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed Matt Champion's verse on it, but it's just like whenever, I don't know who it is in a group, but whenever they get in that use the high pitch Alvin and the Chipmunks ass voice, it's just like throws the shit off of me. Like in certain songs it might sound good, but I don't feel like it needs to be used at the rate that Brockhampton chooses to utilize that. We will continue. We're on the last 3 songs of the album. Don't Shoot Up the Party, track 11.
All Americans, self-hatred runs deep. White boys, all I see whenever I sleep. Niggas think these thoughts on purpose, but I knew about his.
Well, Kevin is gonna love, if White Boys is all he sees when he sleeps, he's gonna love this summer, because it's a white boy summer, people. Hold up. Don't Shoot Up the Party. This was definitely one of the best tracks on this album. The beat, the production was just crazy. It was definitely a banger. I'm not even going to flex on them. That was a banger. That shit was hard. It was just Kevin and Matt, and yeah, I mean, what can you say? Kevin was flowing on it. It had that little groove to it, that boop, 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 and then the West Coast, and it just all, what can I say? It was slapping. So, track 12, Dear Lord. Dear Lord, you know, it's kind of a more acapella, slower. There was some keys in there at the end, but yeah, nah, I'm not gonna bump that. Sorry. Track 13, the outro, is The Light Part 2.
Sick of these niggas giving me false info. Like I ain't grow up on MTV, Boondocks, and the Chappelle Show.
Okay, so, I mean, I get why that would be the outro. It definitely had outro vibes. I enjoyed the production on it once again, but it was kind of a slow-paced track, and they got some introspective lyrics on it, which I can appreciate, but it just wasn't something I see myself running back to. So overall, I think that Roadrunner is definitely a very well produced and mixed album. The beats are, for the most part, on the hip hop tracks are some of the best beats I heard all year, and I mean, it was mixed by Ali, so what can you say? That just speaks for itself. But I will say this was kind of what I expected going into it. I just looking at the track list, I expected it to be some more hard-hitting hip-hop tracks, which there were, more than the poppy boy band type music. But I can say I'm definitely more pleased with this album than the last two offerings from Brockhampton, and I think I can say off the first listen that this is the best project since Ameer departed. So with that being said, my top 3 on here are Buzzcut, Windows, and Don't Shoot Up the Party. And I think Merlyn on Windows had the best verse on the whole album. Who would have ever thought we would have came here? Not me. Who would have thought we would have been here? Not me. So for an overall rating for Roadrunner, new light, new machine, I'm feeling 50-50 on it. I'm kind of fair weather on it. There's some highs, but there's also some lows that I will never see myself ever listening to again outside of this. I need some super heat to drop. I feel like I haven't thoroughly enjoyed an album in its entirety this whole year, at least since Whole Lotta Red. I mean, I think Dumb and Dumber 2 is the #1 album this year that has dropped that I've heard. And yeah, I mean, my top 3 would be Dumb and Dumber 2, Playboy, and then Shiesty Season by Pooh Shiesty. That's my top 3 albums this year. This Brockhampton, I mean, it's probably at the bottom 10 of what I've heard this year. Like in that range, not bottom 10, but it would probably be 9 or 10, 8 to 10 in that range for the year so far. But I'm waiting for some heavy hitters to drop, so get this shit popping. But y'all gotta let me know. My tripping is this fire. I'm sure the Brockhampton fans are gonna come for me, but I feel like I gave this a fair rating for what it was. So that is what it is. Go ahead. Don't forget to subscribe, comment. Let me know what your favorite song is on here. Let me know if I'm tripping. And follow me on IG at WHEATY TV. Follow me on Twitter at WHEATY TV. And if you rocked with me this far, I appreciate you. And keep on rocking. Until the next time, WHEATY out.